ladies and gentlemen. A faction that we do not see very often because there's just something about them that's just off to me. The Lizardmen are on one side of this battlefield today, and just over the hill, you could probably see them from here. The Ogres. The Ogres are another faction that we don't see too often, mainly because they are just very one-dimensional. They are just very large, very powerful, very tanky, but compared to large numbers, they tend to fall and do worse. But how about a faction that isn't known for its large numbers, but more known for its skill over quantity? How about a faction just like the Lizardmen? If you guys are looking forward to this one and would like to see more like it in the future, of course, let me know in the comment section down below. Hit that like and sub button, and we can already start to see that the early volleys are flying out from both sides here. You can see that right here, the lead belchers are already starting to open up fire onto some of the units here, opening up on these feral cold ones. These lead belchers are still silent, but here we go. The first charges here coming from the Ogre Bulls, probably the worst Ogre unit out of them all, but you can see that it is going to be a deadly charge nonetheless. And look at that shock factor. That is the power of the Ogre Bulls right there. They may not be the greatest Ogre unit in the game, but my goodness, do they have that initial shock factor. And you can see that other Ogres are now falling back, and we are going to follow these ones into the fight here. Let's slow things down here because this battle is kicking off in a beautiful manner. So Ogres are spread out across the line here. With that initial contact, we already see that the red-crested skinks are going down. Now, red-crested skinks are very good. Red-crested skinks, when I have played as a Lizardmen very sparsely, have been one of my favorite units. So them going down early on is a little bit gut-wrenching for them. We also have some Iron Guts here on the far left. Looks like they're just kind of holding the flank for now until some more reinforcements can push in, like these. Okay, we're not going to call those Nobblers reinforcements. I just refuse to call those Nobblers reinforcements. But we can see in the back that the generals are now moving up as well. You can see that some of the flying units, like these Pterodon riders, are starting to drop their bombs onto the Ogres down below, especially Skag the Slaughterer right there. Also, we see that the Slaughtermaster and the guy, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Grease's Goldtooth, comes rolling into the battlefield today. Look at this guy. Look at that absolute mad lad. But let's go back into full speed here as we continue to watch the Ogres and the Lizardmen just continue to clash off here. And we can see that right now it is just a scrap for the middle. But the middle is kind of two separate fights. There's this big fight over here, this big fight over here. Yes, there's small skirmishes on the outside that the Ogres seem to be, winning very handily. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's not even close over there. But for the most part, the middle is just a scrap of two sides. And these units are going at it. Oh my goodness. Some lightning going off over here. I mean, everything is going decently well right now. Things are going very, very well. In fact, for the Ogres that continue to push up top here. The Ogres definitely winning this battle up top, whereas I would definitely say that the Lizardmen are winning by sheer numbers down below right now. You can just see that they're just outnumbering and out-positioning the Ogres here tremendously. But Ogres do have reinforcements coming in. You can see more Ogre Bulls pouring in from over the hill, so that will definitely help. And Grease's Goldtooth has also engaged in the melee fight, which will definitely help, as you can see him swinging his ham there. But yeah, across the front we are just seeing an epic scrap here. Ogres doing a lot right now. They are doing a lot up top here. I mean, it's just, like I was saying before, it's just not even really close. In the back, we see that the Pterodon Riders are returning. The Skink Chief only has 3 kills in the back there, which actually 3 kills on Ogres is actually pretty nicely, as long as that's just not 3 Nobbler kills. And you can just see, oh my goodness, this is just terrifying. I mean, look at that. Just towering over those poor Lizardmen. And also, you know, talk about towering. You want to talk about towering? There's a giant. There is a giant in the mix. Obviously, if you're playing as the Ogres, you gotta have someone like a giant in the mix. But yeah, this fight continuing to rage on everywhere. What is this thing? I saw it earlier in the battle. The Kotal is also in the back lines here. It looks sick. Oh, it looks sick. It looks very, very sick. But it is getting skirmished down by the melee capability, or by the missile capabilities of the Ogres right now. And back over to where that giant is fighting. He is now fighting a no, that's not even a general. That's just Saurus on top of a T-Rex here. Look at this thing. Absolutely beautiful. So sick. So sick to watch. Oh yeah. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And we see that this battle is still continuing to rage on. Over here, the Ogres are now victorious. And the Lizardmen not able to break through here. Their numbers not giving them enough of an advantage to really just smash through the lines and turn out their flanks like they would have wanted to. And this giant is still just eating up a lot of that lizard capabilities, and you are seeing that it is a almost complete downfall of the Lizardmen front line here. The left flank is completely gone, not only losing that fight way out on the flanks here, but it is just looking worse and worse by the minute inside the melee fight. And some Saurus spears are now chasing down some Ogre Bulls that they have decently below, but they're also low themselves. The Feral Bastillodon is also in the mix here. But yeah, I don't know. It's just the Ogres are now returning a lot of units into the fight here, and it's just not looking great. It's just really, really not looking great. And every single second of this battle that goes by, it looks worse and worse for the Lizardmen as they continue to try to push through the center. And look at this, they're just now seeing their first little bit of daylight and splitting that center in half. And now they are just able to turn their flanks out. But you can see that a lot of those units that broke are now returning into that exact gap where they broke from initially. A little bit of friendly fire happening there, but just returning to plug that gap almost immediately, and things are falling apart across the front now for the Lizardmen, and things are just, they're just continuing to look worse and worse. The gap that they did have and managed to break through immediately gets filled back in by Ogre Bulls. And Ogre Bulls now charging back into the battle, just starting to really, really, really damper those front lines of those Lizardmen. And it's just looking worse and worse by the second, especially over here. Now we're starting to see that Scrag the Slaughter is taking out the Feral Bastillodon along with the rest of those Saurus spears here. The Feral Bastillodon is at 4,500 health, where Scrag is at 3,000, but Scrag will be able to easily win that fight one-on-one against that Feral Bastillodon. And in the center, now we are starting to see the full collapse of the lines of the Lizardmen. You can see that a lot of those units are now starting to pull out of the center, and it's just, what ground they did gain is just immediately being minimized by that how would you put that? By the get back of those units, by them returning into the battle, and those Ogre Bulls charging straight downhill here and just really just slamming into the lines of these poor Lizardmen that now are just surrounded by enemies trying to flee for their lives. And ladies and gentlemen, just like that, the Ogre Bulls pour over the hillside and take out the Lizardmen with, I would say, little to no issues here. They did a great job in this battle. If you guys did enjoy this one and would like to see more like it in the future, of course, let me know in the comment section down below. Hit that like and sub button. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you all next time. Peace.